Have you ever repeated a word so many times it suddenly felt strange, like it lost all meaning? This neurological phenomenon is called semantic satiety. It's the temporary loss of meaning due to overexposure, and well-meaning parents often trigger this state in their toddlers through rote flashcard drills. We often assume that repetition equals learning, but language centers in the brain require sensory and emotional context to function. When you drill a word like cup in isolation, you strip it of its living connection to the world. Without that connection to function or feeling, these words become empty labels. They sit in the child's memory like disconnected tiles, rather than becoming part of a flowing linguistic network. Over time, the brain begins to tune out words that are repeated without purpose. This lack of engagement creates a bottleneck in development, as the child stops processing the sounds they are hearing as meaningful information. Between ages 1 and 4, the brain is primed to learn up to 10 new words a day. To reach that potential, we need to move away from the testing model and adopt a 5-step framework that builds active neural connections. Step 1 is to narrate real life. Describe your immediate actions instead of demanding a specific word from your child. For example, say, "I'm pouring warm milk into your blue cup." This creates a web of understanding around the object. This leads to a technique called expansion. When your child says car, validate them and add new descriptive layers. Respond with, "Yes, a shiny red car is driving fast." This connects the original word to color and motion, accelerating vocabulary growth. Step 2 is to follow the child's lead. Map your language onto whatever currently holds their curiosity. If they are fascinated by a leaf, talk about its crunch and color, rather than forcing a pre-planned lesson about something else. Serious redirection can create a stress response. When a child feels evaluated or pressured to perform, their amygdala lights up, and the neural pathways required for language processing become less responsive. Language acquisition requires a sense of safety. A child's self-directed focus is the most effective starting point for introducing new information to the brain. Step 3 is interactive reading. Instead of just reading the text on the page, use the pictures to spark a conversation. Ask open-ended questions like, "What do you think the bear is feeling?" This teaches the child that language is for sharing ideas, not just naming objects. Step 4 is to embrace patient wait time. Parents often feel an urge to fill the silence if a child doesn't answer a question immediately. But you must pause for a full 5 to 10 seconds. This gives the toddler's brain the time it needs to process your question and formulate a response. Rushing to fill this silence interrupts their cognitive cycle. It trains the brain for passivity rather than participation. Deliberate pauses provide the space for active linguistic participation, building the child's confidence in their own ability to communicate. Step 5 is to use varied word choices. Swap out basic, repetitive vocabulary for rich synonyms and descriptive phrasing. Instead of always using the word big, try huge, enormous, or gigantic. This demonstrates that language is a flexible and expressive tool. This approach creates a low-pressure environment. It moves away from the rigid, direct questioning style that can make a child feel like they are being tested. A child's vocabulary scales most effectively when they are submerged in a linguistic bath of varied words used in real, meaningful situations. By adopting these steps, you transform your home from a high-pressure testing center into a natural environment for language growth. The result of this 5-step framework is a brain where words are deeply intertwined with sense, action, and emotion. Language is a river, not a list to be memorized. Trust the process of shared conversation over the rigidity of drills. Start implementing these steps today. Like this video, share it with a parent who might be stuck in the repetition loop, and subscribe to Genius Parenting for more science-backed.
If this helped, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more.